Do my ears deceive me? Is that what I think it is?
Chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile on handcuffed by officers. Hold on, wait,
Hold
I
on,
think
wait.
they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Yeah. Oh, chilling at the head of the table where the bosses sit, stunning everything in sight, whether it's in the bloodline or corporate. Walk me out, they laid a big smile on handcuffed by officers.
Hold on, wait.
I think they lost the script, we got some shooters. Pow. It's off the hip. Yeah.
December 5th, 2025.
Oh, what a year it has been.
I'm glad you said that, because I think that's what I'm gonna start off with real quick.
I want
Honestly,
to I want to be positive there, but it's just one of those things where it's like, wow.
no, it's cool. This is gonna be one of those things where, like, if I could just put the camera on me real quick, I want to just lay it out for y'all. Like, I'm gonna learn to channel the energy, and instead of coming off as if we're being negative, we're gonna channel this, because this last year, I feel like the backbone of Off the Hip been will go live and share our enthusiasm with where the product was going. And for the last year, it's been going nowhere, respectfully. There's been little glimpses and glamours of promise, but promises have felt short, in my opinion. And honestly, with all of that being said, the reason that this show has been on and off is because I honestly contemplated, like, there hasn't been no fun in reviewing most of these Raw and SmackDown episodes that lead into these big moments. And honestly, Razor, it's been feeling like rinse and repeat. Like, for the most part, we would just get excited about when Roman Reigns was popping back, the next Roman return, and that was great and all of that. But it started to feel like my overall excitement for the WWE product has started to fade. And now I think my mission statement for Off the Hip, I want to take what we see, and instead of yelling at them, I feel like that's become the norm. Like, when we get upset, us over here on Off the Hip, other platforms, we tend to yell at them because we want our voices heard. Understood. I think going forward, I want to take the opportunity to have conversations with WWE, AEW, or whatever product that we're watching. You can agree to disagree. That's neither here nor there. But my point is, if I could sit here and speak in a mannerism that isn't going to offend anybody, I think that's the goal that I want to achieve right there, Razor, going forward. Because I don't know, bro. I think we tried it. We attempted the whole. We attempted the whole. Hey, McDiamond, I see you out there. We've attempted the whole rowdy stuff, and I don't even think it was done by design. Honestly, I don't think any of the
Is there?
rowdiness that was displayed was by design. I just think that going forward, I feel I want to do a new approach. I can't speak for Razor. I'm pretty sure he's on board with whatever. Yeah, McDonald, I just finished watching SmackDown, and I'm just
I'm on board
addressing
with
the
whatever.
direction. Yeah, I'm just addressing the direction of where we going with the show, because I feel like I was just saying previous times, this platform, other platforms, when we see something that we dislike, we want our voices to be heard, and in return, we start yelling towards WWE. I think I want to have conversations going forward with them and find solutions or find understandings as to why things are being done they are. And look, we got a side show too, sidebar, you know what I'm saying? We got the sidebar quest. And there's things that Nick Khan has talked about on the show with Logan Paul that gave me a little bit of insight. It's been things that's been said before, but again, I think I just want to have a different approach, because the last year it's been lackluster, multiple platforms with yelling at WWE to change things, and things aren't changing. So I'm ready to just review the product as is and kind of dissect what we like, what we dislike, and, you know what I'm saying, in a respectful manner. How could we address if there's any issues on the programming? How can we address those things? I agree. Mind if I do what current wrestling fan is doing, hijack the show and have a conversation with you? Oh yeah,
Anyone
you
is
can have
welcome
a
to
yeah,
come on
you
the
can have
show.
a
Anyone,
conversation. Yeah,
anyone's
we
welcome.
here, man. We here. This is what we're here to talk about. We're here to talk about SmackDown, and the last time is now tournament. I mean, that was the main event for tonight. A lot of things transpired throughout tonight. I feel like just like a regular programming of late, Raw, SmackDown have been up and downs. What's your thoughts, Razor, on the opening segment?
Well,
Drew McIntyre.
before I get into that, I want to touch on something that you just shed some light on with Nick Khan being on Logan's podcast. Nick was also on the Pat Mac show recently, and the question I want to ask the masses is, it's a two-part question. One, as a fan base, have we become too fickle with the ask being too much versus accepting what the standard is? And also, is WWE being too bold with this whole Unreal style, peeling back the curtain, letting us know what's going on, when in reality it's stuff that we kind of already knew what was going on. They're just saying it just to save face.
And that's a good question. I personally think for me, I would have to say it's a little bit of both mixed in because they're being that's something I also wanted to touch on. Like the tournament, it's been advertised for months now. Gunther's gonna be John Cena's last opponent. And just as a viewer, like I don't want to skip too far ahead. The main event was a good match tonight, and and Gunther has had great matches in his tournament. But me and you were privately speaking on this after the good match. What's the where do we go from here?
And was it good or was it just fine? Because a big difference.
Right. I mean, that's a great point too. With all the lackluster moments that are happening right now, just a glimpse of something okay is great to us, right? Like we're like, whoa, this is happening, this is going down. McDiamond said the heel and face alignment is backwards for both AEW and WWE, including the fans. The face fans are actually heel, and the heel fans are actually face presently,
I can see
and
that.
that's wrong.
I can see that. And
Yeah,
it's how they design everything. It's basically the landscape that they've built. It's what they're training the current audience to believe. And it's mind-boggling that they're doing that while providing what seems like the bare minimum, because we know how talented those rosters are, whether it be Raw, SmackDown, even down to NXT. Great rosters, but we're being given just a sniff of the appetizer, not even looking at the main course. We know how great they can be. We've seen some of these go home shows, some of these, I won't say these PLEs, but at least on the NXT side, they've been pretty good. But we've seen quality Raw and SmackDowns, and everything else is just, eh.
now, do you think because everything is advancing, there's so much evolution in everything and pertaining to wrestling? So my where I'm going with this is, should we just do away with the heels and baby faces like so blandly? Like if somebody wants to come up and they genuinely want to be a baby face and for the fans and for the kids, that's one thing. But we're turning heels, people that genuinely enjoy doing heel work. We're putting them in positions where they have to be baby face.
I think before we even go down that road, let's at least develop some personalities first. Let's see how they are, how they react before we decide are they a good guy or a bad guy. We're missing a whole that's a whole key ingredient right there in the development.
And,
What
and that's what
are
I'm
they just
saying. That trope, that trope, that story trope to me, it could possibly be outdated because nobody cares about the good guy versus the bad guy in this particular case. Some folks want to see who's the better bad guy. They just want to root for their bad guys. And in some instances, that may present themselves like a John Cena. You have the do right. You always want him as the baby face, but it's
Dom's
far
still
in
a heel,
between
right?
these days.
Is Dom still a heel technically? Because he's been getting standing ovations all year.
I mean, that's
That's a whole nother argument right there.
That's another part. I mean, we spoke privately about the Damian Priest winning the money in the bank. I go back to that and I look like, what sense did it make? You had a hot LA Knight that was babyface. and you let at the moment heel Damian Priest win the case to then cash it in, which that moment could have still been for LA Knight, because if you go back, Damian Priest, a heel, cashed in on another heel, but that
Mhm.
ended up setting up Damian Priest's babyface run.
Yeah,
So it's just like maybe we could just go away, like in the writers' room, we can go away with that whole we got to make this person a good guy. We just let them ride, like you said, with the personalities that they have, and let us make the judgment.
that's how it should be, and that's how it's always been. And it's like, if you want to tell us what the movie is, that's cool. Again, I'm not going to be totally in favor of it, but at least give us some context, some dialogue, some stories, anything.
And then I kind of agree with Diamond right there, because this is something I've touched on too, that the fans are to blame when, let's say, we know what's going on, right? The show. This is the show. You want to be part of the show. There's a time to cheer and there's a time to boo. We're booing the baby faces and we're cheering the heels. So we're completely going against the grain of the what WWE wants and intends to come across. So it's everybody plays a part in it. I think there's some exceptions. Like for me personally, this is just me speaking. When Roman Reigns heel run and he's like, acknowledge me, I wanted to play into that. So I would acknowledge him. You know what I'm saying? But if there's not certain people that's commanding that from
There's
the
only one
crowd.
other person in history, in recent history, not to stretch that, had that, and that was Austin. Steve Austin, not another Austin that's currently employed by them. Those are the only two exceptions of the rule.
Everybody in the entire universe needs yeah, yeah. But I mean, listen, this is just where the landscape is at, and that's why again, my approach is I want to see what is it that we can do to potentially get things back on course here.
Unfortunately, this may be the road for until Netflix or Saudi says so. Unfortunately,
I mean, there was something even it might not matter to some, but to me, it was something I was looking at. SmackDown completely got shitted on tonight, in a sense. The main event was main evented by two Raw guys.
yep.
Sure, LA Knight may be synonymous with SmackDown for most of the time he spent there, but if I'm not mistaken, he's currently on the Red brand.
Hmm.
So
Facts.
again, there's other things that, in my opinion, the brand supremacy. We haven't seen any real
The
brand
what?
supremacy.
The what?
Brand supremacy, right? Like what?
Louder so they can hear you over in New York. Actually, they're not too far from you, anyways. They're going to be in DC.
Brand supremacy. Raw and
Emphasis on
SmackDown.
brands,
Yeah.
identity, substance.
It just doesn't make any sense to me that they're separate, but not. It's just like weird, because I feel like back in the Batista era, when you know that John Cena era and everybody was on SmackDown Raw, it very much felt separated. It did.
Especially this time of year.
Yeah. It what, because the stakes are high. We're fighting to see which brand is getting the last man in the Royal Rumble.
And ultimately, who's got the better all-star team, as Phil wants to put it.
Aside from Saturday night main event, this was the last War Games was the last PLE until next year.
Yeah. I mean, technically, we have deadline tomorrow, but still, is that considered PLE? I rest my case. But yeah, as we piggyback over to SmackDown
Yeah, how'd you
from
feel about the
segment
opening segment? We see Drew McIntyre. I felt like he got a great reception from the crowd.
Drew, it's funny. I look at him and LA Knight as two opposite ends of the same extreme, and by that I mean we can argue that for the last couple years, the fan base has just gravitated to them like no one's business to the light. So we haven't seen this in a long time, and yet for the front office that claims to give the audience what they want, why isn't there any gold around their waist? Now, H, do you know that I'm not the biggest LA Knight Eli Drake supporter? It is what it is, but I understand and respect the fact that the fan base has this exuberant amount of respect and love for him. So you give Jey Uso this love and this rub, but not LA Knight. In my opinion, both are equally high on as far as selling merch. Both get very loud crowd reactions, and I've witnessed it live in person, much as you have yourself. And you've done nothing with this man aside from the age. What's the real difference aside from the last name? And then you look at Drew. The man doesn't miss. Easily one of the best promos in the company, hands down the best on social media, if you ask me. But again, what are we waiting for?
Well, I think they're doing right by them by putting them in the spots. The question I have is for LA Knight, why not see if he can carry the Monday Night Raw brand? I mean, we've seen, for example, Seth Rollins had the championship. Before that, CM Punk had it. Seth Rollins teases, I'm coming back to get it. Seth Rollins gets it. He gets hurt. Punk gets
I'll
it back.
I'll piggyback to our buddy McDiamond's little sidebar thing. Just give it to a heel. If I'm not mistaken, LNS still a heel. Is he not, or is he a babyface?
Well,
What is he supposed to be?
LA Knight is a babyface, if I'm not mistaken.
Yet he does quite a good amount of heel antics. If you
I mean,
notice
to
in
me,
ring,
he's just a natural heel. I mean, his
yeah.
work
I'm gonna
again,
say
one
right
of
now
those
he's a dick.
scenarios. Yeah, again, one of those scenarios that it really shouldn't be defined. Just let him work, and
Yeah.
we come up with the answer.
If
Kevin says
everyone wants to do the cool.
nobody wants to see another Drew versus Cody match again and again. Yeah, it seems
I
like that's what they setting up for. Obviously,
okay,
why
so
Jay Cargill feuds with heels makes those. I'm on. Oh man, we could jump to that for a second, but the Jay stuff is just.
I wanna touch on the Cody Drew thing real quick because I don't know if you noticed, there was a whole lot of whispers around the early mornings of Survivor Series in which Mr. Meltzer said that the closing moments of the PLE will give us a solid indication at what the main event for Mania is gonna look like.
Correct.
And what do we see in that closing image where we got the closing credits? We see Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes.
Hmm.
Now, the reason why I bring that up is I would much rather see Cody and Drew long before I see Cody Roman 3. For the simple fact that is that trilogy does not need to be completed at WrestleMania. I've said that since 40. There's no reason why we need to go down that road again. For those that may not remember, for those that may not have been watching during the latter ends of Vince's tenure, we kind of already got this with Roman and Brock. What was it, 4 or 5 manias in a row or something like that? Or it seemed like every PLE was Roman and Brock for the belt. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's how it felt like, especially around Barclays, where they're going to
No,
be
it
in
was
a
like
couple weeks.
3 in a row.
Yeah, because that's when folks got to bringing up some of Hogan's records. Hogan main evented X amount of manias in a row. It's no secret that Roman is zeroing in a lot of Hogan's records, or he was at the time of having the belt. Kevin, I love you. But anyways, but yeah, it's like all just I know I'm just going in circles, but just I
I
think
think I'm
us
ready
as fans
for.
we're equally as guilty for stating one thing, WTK stating another, and we're just trying to figure out how to get off this carousel. And to, as you put it, how do we get back on track?
And I think I'm just ready for a shocking moment. Everything feels pretty much safe. Like every feud Cody has been in, we can kind of say, okay, this opponent isn't winning the championship. It'd be nice if somebody just shocked us.
You're gonna make me go down that road again, huh?
I mean, I
An
just like to be shocked.
another Travis Scott moment?
Nah, a
You said
clean
shocking. You said
no,
shocking.
a clean three. What was it? The heel pin and the baby face. It doesn't have to be clean, but I need to see like something, a change of hands for the
Oh,
title.
oh,
But
okay, so let me play devil's advocate real quick. Say we get C Cody and Drew at Mania, hypothetically, or even at Chamber or Rumble, okay? What if we get Randy out the blue just kicking Cody's head clean off his shoulders? Would that kind of paint a picture of a more appropriate
see,
trajectory?
I think that's like what you just said. That's what WWE got us trained to. Some moments. I want results in terms of like,
I'm glad you looked at that because that's exactly what I was trying to get you. It's like, again, we looking for moments, or we looking for the bigger picture in things? Because
yeah.
WWE lately, they're hyper fixated on a little TikTok video here, a YouTube short here, an IG reel here. Because if you notice, aside from Survivor Series, there's less than what 5 quote unquote moments in that whole show. At least less than 5 that I cared about.
I mean, look at how they packaged John Cena's video package tonight. They did it perfectly. He had the same stuff he said before the tournament, and they put Dolph Ziggler in there. They put Zack Ryder in there. They had all of these moments in there.
Mhm.
But what did it do for any of their career? Like, it would have been nice to know, oh wow, this tournament actually got Zack Ryder back into the WWE. Maybe I'm
Or
asking for too much.
again, let's go a little step further. Let's hypothetically say that we got Dolph coming back much earlier in the year. Dolph recently won the TNA World Title earlier in the year. You could have tied that into a story by itself, stating he had a hell of a spring. He wrestled Cena again for the first time in X amount of years, would go on to win the TNA World Title, will come back for the last time as now a tournament. Get some type of story.
I want to get on something that McDiamond spoke on right there that they just touched on because that did stick out to me a bit. Cody's range of energy throughout the whole show tonight.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was to show that he got range in emotion, but like I wasn't digging it. I'm be honest.
He's auditioning for Hollywood. He knew Dwayne was taking a break from filming the live action Moana, and he was watching tonight.
No, like, cause I'm looking at that opening segment. Okay, we got Drew, right? He's getting sent off, which he has a valid point. And honestly, Nick Aldis, Mr. General Manager, I'm shocked at something you said, Mister.
Oh boy.
Drew McIntyre pointed out that he'll be doing the fans a disservice, and Nick Aldis said, "I don't care,"
Oh boy.
and sent them off.
Oh brother.
And this is where things got a little bit like I want to say wonky to me because back I know this isn't back in the day, but this is what my mind has seen throughout wrestling. If this was back in the day, the second Cody stepped in front of that car, Drew McIntyre would have floored it and hit Cody with the
Yeah,
car.
I was saying Cody going to he going to the local medical facility within the
Granted,
hour.
granted,
Within the hour, he's at a local medical facility.
what was that? A Ram, whatever Dodge she was in, whatever. I don't know what kind of Jeep he was in, pickup truck.
And somehow back in the day they would have worked in the sponsors ad too for it. But yeah, again, again, I love Cody. He's been making the best out of what
Yeah, the
he's been
general
given.
manager.
Yeah, but yeah, Cody's been making the most out of what he's been given. Granted, not all been great. He's been trying to turn a lot of shit in the salad, but damn, like
No,
trying
listen.
hard much?
No, listen. I'm gonna give these guys the credit because
I'm
if
not.
there's a writers' room, these guys aren't writing themselves into this bullshit. They're doing what they can with the product, and it wasn't that bad of a segment. My only thing is, if you're gonna hit go on something, hit go. This
And,
half stepping, it just doesn't make sense to me. Why have this
and
backstage
here's my
segment?
question: Is it a physical writer? Is this Abyss? Is this Road Dog? Or is this one of their new AI stories? You heard about that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. Is it's one of those.
And and to me, it's one of those slow stroked stories also where Cody got attacked by Drew the week before War Games last
Correct?
week. Now I understand a lot has happened, but he could have mentioned on that Friday that he wanted Drew officially unsuspended. Yes, we know that Paul Heyman has got him for the team. We could have just pulled it right there. Like this whole
Yeah.
keeping him. That's why I said Drew got a valid point. Braun Breaker picks up the victory. He gets a championship match. What did the others get?
Mhm.
Because I'm
Or
pretty
it
sure if anybody knew that the person that picks up the pinfall would get something, everybody would not just sat there and let him get the pinfall.
yeah, and that would have created more of a story within the very tame cage match we got.
Right, or to put more stakes on it, like okay, if somebody's in the match, that team gets they get the call. If they shots, they get to pick a title they want to go for. That okay, I'm on board with that.
Instead, you have Heyman being the genius that he is, dig up this very old, antiquated, unspoken rule that if the champion gets pinned, he's got to put up the title shot. We need to find a rule book for this. We really do.
And some things I get it, right? Like I feel like the impression I'm getting is at times they want to remind us don't take everything too serious, don't take everything to heart. But again, for me, I would like a moment as to where we're getting not strung along, but it feels like okay, we're getting a
I
good
want to
pace of
care.
stuff.
I
Say
want
that
to
again.
care. I want to care.
Yes, yes, yes.
I don't want to watch a show and just fall asleep mid-show
It was
or
too
what.
much going.
Yeah,
I enjoyed when Cody told Obafemi and Ricky Saints that they're gonna have a match against him at Saturday Night Main Event. But it was a little bit thrown off by the fact that he was fresh off and all of the anger that he was just going through with. Like you guys were just in a War Games match.
yeah, nothing's breathing. Now, again, if this was the move, why couldn't this have been said 2, 3 weeks ago? Cena announced that NXT is gonna be showcased how many weeks ago for Saturday's Main Event? Almost a month ago? We knew NXT was gonna be featured for the show next week, and now we're just now putting this together? That's another problem that they have. It's like, instead of going show to show, what happened for planning for an entire season, so to speak, for a couple months down the road? Don't
I
you think
mean,
it'd be more organized that way?
yeah. Let's move on to the next segment that it was a match actually. Ilya versus Carmelo Hayes. There was a segment beforehand that Carmelo told, he had like a comedic moment with Champa, called him a jackass, said he's next for the title and all of this. It basically set up what was going to happen later on. And this is why I'm saying it in his voice because I feel like there's been nothing but controversy surrounding Ilya's run. There are all these interruptions. This person want to come out to skull crushing finale, Carmelo at the top of the ramp, and it's too many runouts
Yeah.
for this division.
I mean, and especially when we've already established a long time ago that the division's already established, just figure out which order you wanna run folks down for the champion, and then it'll all iron itself out. That was probably the easiest division they had in the entire roster, all 3 brands.
Again, a shocking move to me. This would have been shocking. Carmelo Hayes, who just looked fresh off of, they said, "Oh, him versus Gunther, one of Carmelo, he looks good in that match."
That
This
was a
would have
month
been,
ago.
but I'm
That was
saying
weeks ago.
that's the last time I feel like I seen Carmelo,
Yeah, it was, I think.
right? So, okay, this is his next match for the United States Championship, and you squander it by interference
I'll do you one better.
because
Tama
he looked
Tonga
good in
had
this
eyes on the
matchup
belt how
too.
long ago?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Tama Tonga's had eyes on the belt for almost a
Oh,
couple months now. Where's he been?
ah.
Yeah, yeah. We're
Ah,
watching too. We're watching too.
don't get me started on that one.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah,
just
yeah,
don't
yeah, yeah, yeah,
understand.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, like throw me off a bit, right? Don't make it so clear cut that Tama Tonga is gonna be the one to take it off for Ilya.
And even if he's not, I'm okay with it. But it's like with this open challenge stuff, we're not really supposed to know who it is. Say we're anticipating a Champa or a Mello, and we hear Tama Tonga's music come out. How much more refreshing has that not become?
And I'm gonna just be honest, from my lenses, it's a way to play it safe. You're throwing a segment in front of us that's realistically meaningless if you have no intent. You just keep throwing it out there, throwing the bait, throwing the bait. But if you got no intent of that actually pulling that segment could further a different story, shed a spotlight on different superstars.
Further deep in your division.
It doesn't make sense. The guy just had a match. You got him in a backstage segment teasing something like, is this like you said, if it doesn't happen in my eyes, it's kind of like, why is this going on then? If we don't even get a match, I understand if he has the match and loses, I'm cool with that.
But
If a
at least
match,
we went down that road.
yes,
We already
yes,
have, yeah. It's already, yeah.
especially under the open, it's a US Open. Anybody could come out. Why hasn't he come out yet?
Or again, since it's the open challenge, what about folks from Raw? What about folks from NXT? Mix it up.
Listen, Saturday night main event will be a great way to present that situation. The US Open Challenge, they said it's going to be main roster versus NXT.
You could have had an open challenge match instead of Stephanie versus Nikki, but I rest my case.
No, you talking about a Survivor Series?
Yeah. I would have preferred an open challenge match then. I know, I know. Positivity. I
No,
know.
then I mean, I'm trying to just figure out like Carmelo. So we move on. Carmelo Hayes and Ciampa's gonna have a program now.
One,
We'll
one,
all
one,
do.
la- one, one last thing with Melo, real quick. Is he really, or like, does WWE really see him this lost without Trick Williams? All jokes aside.
I just think Carmelo's a good soldier.
And again, nothing, I commend him for that, but it's like what we saw at NXT 2.0 to his call up, it's almost like the whole different person now.
That's the only reason I could think about it. You were one of Sean's guys, so you don't want to ruffle Triple H's system. You don't want to.
No, he was recruited in the Triple H system. That's what I'm saying.
This one, but he
He
found
was
the
there before Michaels
success.
took over.
He found no, because the black he found success with the 2.0. Remember the colorful brand that Vince had, and then when Vince left,
I'm saying he was already inside the building at the time.
oh yeah,
So
he was definitely in the building, definitely in the building. But I feel like Triple H is almost similar to Vince, and if not Triple H, TKO, where they see a new toy, a brand new shiny toy, and it's, you know,
and it's obvious that him and Braun have been held on similar trajectories, and Braun's obviously soaring high. But again, with Melo being talented his own self, like there was never a need for the start and stop.
I don't understand it because the last two,
Who'd he
like I
piss off?
said, I mean, I don't, I think they're setting him up for something. It's just, to
What,
me
failure?
personally, he doesn't need to run through Champa. He doesn't need to run through Gargano to do what? Unless in a weird way, this is gonna come back to the Trick Williams coming up to help him, which I know it's not.
I hope it doesn't.
It just doesn't. To me, it doesn't make sense.
You know what Melo's biggest disservice was, to in my opinion, is that after he was announced that he was SmackDown's number one draft pick, he has that amazing match with Cody as the world champion. They and nothing since. I think that was probably the biggest disservice for him.
I mean, they have him hovering in this pool of competitors that are like again, like I was gonna mention earlier, respectfully to Champa, let's say Carmelo Hayes goes over on Champa, it doesn't make me look at Carmelo Hayes any different than I would today. I think if you let him go over on Ilya today, I'm like, whoa,
That would have been massive.
whoa.
It
We're just
it would have done 2 things at least. 1, it would have shown that Ilya is beatable. Actually, 3 things. 2, it would have reestablished Carmelo Hayes. 3, you're saying, "Okay, this title has more prestige because you have 2 very talented upstarts." Granted, they're not super, super young anymore, but 2 very talented individuals that could that if push came to shove, if W said, "Hey, I need you to get this brass ring real quick," you know that they're more than capable. On the microphone, in the ring, they're not no one's really controversial anymore, so you don't gotta worry about the backstage bullshit.
mhm.
So, again, like, there could be 2 more perfect individuals. Granted, they're on the smaller size, but still,
No, but I think
understand
it's
it.
a good look. It's a good look. I mean, especially like I said, Carmelo Hayes had a good outing against Gunther. Dragunov is another tough competitor. So for him to have these back to back, I would have at least liked to seen him finish the match clean. Like to get interrupted like that was just
Yeah.
it put a damper on it for me. But it's
And
looking like it's gonna set up some kind of triple threat or something or multi-man match because Elliot doesn't seem happy that these guys interrupted. I can only imagine Carmelo's gonna get his lick back during their match. I don't think he's just gonna sit back and watch.
so right now, I'm just trying to, you know me, I like to do, like, almost like a power rankings thing, or but in no particular order. So we got Ilya the champion, then we have Champa, we have Mello. I'll throw in Tama Tonga in there. Who else we got in current contention?
There was somebody else that I mean, you could put Sammy in there since
Where's Sammy been?
he just did the Survivor Series match on Friday last week.
Yeah, yeah, but aside from that, where's he been? Like,
They quietly moved him away from the United States Championship after that's what I'm saying. Like to me, it's a lot of
okay, so
things that aren't
4, maybe
answered for
5
me.
guys, but still, it's like, where's Aleister Black? What the hell's Weapon Man doing? Where's Rusev?
I mean, we know what Weapon Man's doing now. We seen later on in the show.
Pause.
I mean, we could talk about it right now. Actually, we seen there was a promo that came on tonight, and the Terror Twins are back. They announced that they're gonna have the match against Zelina and Aleister Black. Now, I honestly thought they were gonna tease like maybe a new Judgment Day. Like, remember when we seen them split from the Judgment Day long ago? We thought they
Mhm.
might have made like a side faction themselves then. This looks like nothing more to just have a mixed tag match
I'm gonna
for their
call my friend.
program. Yeah,
Yeah, and again, I'm never with proper story. I'm never gonna be opposed to the mixed tag energy, whatever you want to call it. I'm never gonna be opposed to that if the story's there. The story is there with in this instance. However, and no disrespect to either two individuals, Rhea and Zelina. What's that gonna look like?
I mean, it's gonna look like how it always looked. And then the thing is, I get it. This is WWE's
When was
way
the last
of
time we seen Zelina in the ring? Was it this time last year for the US tournament herself?
yeah.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, and then this is also done to,
Yeah,
in
yeah,
my
we really haven't
opinion,
seen her in, it's been at least 6 months, right? Since we've seen
this
her in the
is
ring?
yeah, this is also done to keep Rhea away from the heavyweight scene. They
See, I
probably
would
holding on to her and
I would much
Stephanie.
instead of doing that, I would much rather see Rhea tease a program with Jade Cargill. I would much rather see Zelina have an eye on Julia, because isn't Julia not the US champion right now? Or is it Chelsea again?
It's Chelsea.
Again, have eyes on that. Or if you want, if have Zelina pop over to Raw. I wouldn't mind seeing Zelina and Stephanie. I'd rather see that than Zelina and Rhea. I'm gonna be honest. Zelina and Steph said maybe a more complimentary match. That's all I'm trying to get at. I know you know how the internet is. They're gonna try to spin shit left and right. I'm just stating, just for complimentary purposes, that would be a better match in my opinion.
Yeah, man. Listen, the fans or whatever they are, people go online and say they tired of seeing Rhea and and this pool fighting for the championship. Now we got her over here on SmackDown about to do the mixed tag stuff. So
And on that little note, on that or narrative, like I don't think it's so much her being the mix for a title. It's just being the mix for the same title, much like how Charlotte was on today's brand SmackDown. Just mix it up. That's all we ask. We get it. There's no brands, blah blah blah. Everyone kind of jumps and goes wherever they want. Okay, so cool. Just call Anna Pierce. Say, hey, I want to go to Raw for a few weeks. Can I challenge for blah blah blah? Or we can call all this. Put that in a storyline. Something. Anything.
I mean, to your point, we get some Raw females on SmackDown tonight. Kyrie Sane, Oscar. Now it wasn't a tag team match.
Kyrie.
Yeah, it wasn't a tag team match.
Oh,
There was Kyrie
give
versus
me
Alexa Bliss. No one
that
on
hurt.
one match.
That I'll be all right. Whew. Ain't got the diaphragm going in a while. That hold on, wait almost took me at the start of the show.
I want to just mention there's a few things I noticed about Kyrie Sane. I think it was at War Games,
I'm
or
not
it might
taking
have
any
been the
slander.
SmackDown before that. She's coming out to her babyface music.
Well, her music never really changed.
Right. They would
It
just always play the
the
either
the
Damage Control or Kabuki
yeah.
Warriors.
Mhm.
So it's been a while since she's kind of getting her music. So I'm paying attention to that.
It's also a CFO song.
Oh, brother.
It's happening. It's we're almost there. We're almost there. I'm pretty sure it's a CFO song, but yeah. But yeah, Kyrie, she was I think if I'm not mistaken one of the first people that got her original song back, and then they saw how popular that got, so they noticed that more NXT Black and Gold alumni, so to speak, have gotten the original songs back. Good to see.
I'm kind of I want to see where Alexa and Charlotte go now, because now that they don't hold the championships, let's say whatever they don't get them back from the Kabuki Warriors, I just feel like I want to see where the next story goes. It seems like they got the same character. Now I don't want to keep
They should have
using that
already split
term.
up.
No, I don't want them to split. I just want to see what's next. Like, because I'm gonna be honest, I never felt like the female tag team division was treated with pristine like the men's tag team division.
Well,
And
the men's
and
tag
maybe
wasn't treated much better either, but still, if we
I
really
mean
want to think about it. But I know where you're going with this. I'm not mad at that. It's just again, is aside like I've always said that these tag titles they're better suited for NXT because it's a deeper rooted division, so to speak. Yes, there's a few more now on the main roster, but for a title that's supposed to be for all brands, what was the last time NXT got some love for the belts? Did has
you know what I think? I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna just shoot it a little clean. For me, what it is that I don't see no character progression with Alexa Bliss. It's like
it's two things I think. One, everyone's waiting for the inevitable her going to the Wyatt Six, and two, aside from maybe Naya, she's kind of better off suited as a single star. And Charlotte
that could be argued.
historically or in storyline purposes has never really I'm gonna use the Brock Lesnar line. She don't play well with others. So for this to be this is still very different for me. I love the concept. I'm a fan of the concept of how it's been. I like what they've been doing, even the comedic, funny, haha, filler stuff. It's just something about it just doesn't quite sit well with me. And maybe it's because like Charlotte is one of those talent that's just more naturally a heel.
So that
She
you
seems
mentioned
she seems
Charlotte.
she seems more comfortable and more better in her element.
I like how she was able to pivot a bit. Like, for example, the robe. That's something her father that came from her father, Hill. Now that she's in this babyface role, she's coming out dressing more hip. You know what I'm saying?
Have you noticed any aesthetic differences with her robes?
She doesn't even wear robes. She's been wearing jackets lately.
She had one at she's had
You
the
mean
gym
for
for
her
the
match?
PLE.
You talk about for her matches?
Yeah,
I don't even think she came out for a robe, well, with a robe for her match. I could be wrong though.
even
I've
at
been
war
paying
games,
attention. Huh?
even at war games.
I could be wrong. Could
But
be wrong. I could be wrong.
anyways, what again? Maybe I'm just not picking up this. I'm just a late bloomer to the party. But what I noticed with her robe, it present from the far pan shot. It presents that same 8 that she has on her Tron. A little Easter egg for next time happen to see her in the ring
Yeah.
with a robe.
Let me see. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. Try to lower down the. Remember, she came out with hold on. I would have to turn off my.
As I say, I see you give me the one finger salute.
I would have to turn off the filter real quick.
Mhm. Are you talking about that black jacket that she wears?
No, hold on.
Look at you in the holiday spirit. Oh
Right,
yeah,
I'm
no,
just,
no, no. She's doing that for I think a charity or something like that for this little girl.
yeah, but she been coming out to like jackets. She like tonight she had that blue jacket on like that. Like she just switched up how she been dressing. Like remember she was like on this uppity
Hey,
like
hey,
fashion shit. Now she's on some more hip shit. Like
well, look at it this way. John Cena's out the door in a week. Someone's got to fill the Make a Wish orders.
I'm screaming.
I mean that with all respect, people. I'm just trying to keep it lighthearted.
I say that though to say that I like how she put effort into switching up her character. I feel like, with all due respect to Alexa Bliss, she's just wearing a tribute outfit. Like I get it, but if you're not gonna be in the Y6 at the moment, you're
Right
not gonna be. Yeah, if you're not gonna be at the Y6 at the moment, I would like you know that outfit to kind of get switched up a bit for me
now,
because it's a bit distracting a little bit.
would you prefer if she just brought back her Harley Quinn look
Yeah, she could do that.
instead of this?
Yeah, she could do that. Cause I feel like that she's not playing the same character that she was while she wore that gear when she was with Bray.
True.
So to me, it's tribute. It's not you're not the same, and I got no explanation as to why you changed.
Just because.
Because you're a mother now, right? Like, nah.
Hey, I don't. You never heard of her husband, have you?
He's like some drummer or
He's a
he's an
singer.
art he's a
Yeah,
singer, right?
yeah. I used to listen to him when I was a kid. Ryan Cabrera.
Yeah.
I think he's either one of the first like acts I saw that made me get a faux hawk or frosted tips when I was a kid, something like that. I remember there's so weird like child core memory that relates to him or something like that. But some dude, I had a hairstyle as a kid. That's all I
We got,
remember. I've
we
had
got some
concussions,
more
people.
we got some more female action. We had Jay Cargill and Alba Fire. Yeah, that's I mean that
Yeah,
little silence there.
yeah.
Listen,
And again,
I feel like they
and
backtracked right here.
I'm gonna die in this hill age. I really am. What was the purpose of firing her tag team partner,
Who
Isla
who
Dawn?
I don't know.
Remember we had Fire
Yeah,
and Ice. former women's tag team champions, and at the time, I thought that that was gonna be, as Triple H wants to put it, the dawn of a new fucking era.
Mhm.
Arguably, at the time, your most cohesive tag team since Sasha and Bailey, or excuse me, Mercedes, or excuse me, Ultima Monet and Bailey. This was your most cohesive tag team.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened there, honestly. And I feel like they backtracked. They
Yeah,
had Jade attack
and
Chelsea.
what business does the world? Why is the world champion beefing with the U.S. champion's lackeys? And they're all heels. Please, somebody, please make it make sense.
I
Please.
felt like me personally, for somebody who hasn't won anything in the singles division, felt like Alba Fire got a little bit too much offense off on Jade.
Yeah, the match definitely went too long.
And then for Jade to I don't want to say she
Well,
had
actually,
to win like that.
real quick. Is Piper hurt or something?
She might be.
I would have preferred her in the ring instead of Alba Fire.
Yeah.
Like, I'm trying so hard to.
That's what I'm saying. Alba Fire is
I'm
nice.
trying. I'm trying
She
to just.
hasn't
You see me
proven
trying to
shit though.
justify this. I'm
Alba
trying
Fire,
to.
yeah, Alba Fire hasn't proven shit to me yet though. To be in the ring, like you said, oh, I'm fighting on the behalf of, like, no.
This is the world champion. Uh, HD, permission to piss on the Wednesday show real quick. This is like next week. We're getting Eddie Kingston and Samoa Joe for the world title. Did you know that?
Eddie Kingston and Samoa Joe for the world title out
Yeah,
of thin air.
yeah. Oh, no. You ready for the story? At the last pay per view, Hook and Eddie were in the pre-show match, in a tag match. They won. To close out the show, Hook suddenly back with the Ops because he's always been with the Ops.
There you go.
My point, people, both these programs are basura.
I mean, listen, this is something I'll talk to you privately about. Like, we're at a point in time, we out the pandemic. People are back to living their regular lives. People
And
are
we're
like
doing the shit from the pandemic.
doing the shit from the
I I
pandemic, but content is different.
I understand you want to try to go back to what works, but and I think we can all agree that the pandemic was the worst thing that could have happened to AEW aside from Brawl Out. But you gotta remember what worked when you didn't have fans, much like the John Cena heel turn. Erase that from your minds, please and thank you. That stuff does need to be brought back. Some of the matches, yes, we can argue some of those. For example, Elian, Gunther, or Walter at the time. But for the most of that stuff can just leave it there. There's no point of bringing it back.
I don't know. Got to bring the entertainment value up. Like I was saying, in my world, it's a lot of people
Go
that
call
love being
Horse Doggle and
outside.
James
It's a lot of
Ellsworth if you
people that
want
love being
entertainment.
outside. It's a lot of people that love being outside. It's a lot of people that enjoy going places. Next Friday, they're gonna have the Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua. Not next Friday, and two Fridays from now, they're gonna have the Anthony Paul
Merry
Jake.
Christmas to
They're
us.
gonna have the Anthony Joshua Jake Paul fight. I doubt there's gonna be people going to the bar to watch SmackDown. The things that's got to be done. Like
And
taking 2 or
and
3 hours
let's
to
not
watch is
forget,
tough.
the NFL is in full swing right now. Just about everyone's still in the playoff hunt, give or take. You look at college football, play's about to start. I'm a big college football fan. I'm always excited for Christmas because we get bowl week, and then we have the playoffs. NBA's about to get hot around this time. WWE, pick it up. We got a lot of good movies coming out this winter season, and then starting in January, UFC on Paramount. You see that card for that first show?
Nah.
You have the return of Amanda Nunes in the co-main event.
Mm.
There's a lot of big money moves that are going around right now, so this is not the time for them to take their foot off the gas. And mind you, we're supposed to be in Rumble/Mania season right now. What the fuck are we doing?
And community, that's what I'm telling you. It's a hard commitment to come out here and talk about shows that aren't that good. It starts to feel like a job. But we do it, you know what I'm saying? Because we loved it. We want the product to get better itself. We love the
Me
community having a
myself,
chance with
I
y'all.
just must be a sucker for pain, but that's just me.
I don't let it rob, like, I don't sit there and watch wrestling without doing anything else. I have to do something else, whether it's walk around, play a game, listen to music. I can't just sit there because I'm gonna get disappointed.
Do you know what's absurd? And again, I I refuse to let this die. 18 months ago, we were watching this program like it was fucking Avengers Endgame
Yeah,
every single day.
correct.
What happened? Everybody's, for the most part, is healthy. If anything, it would have been easier because we would have been enjoying the scene of retirement on top of that, and we can't even enjoy that. We had one, maybe two good matches in 40 dates.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll give you 3 days because I'll throw the AJ's match in there too. I wasn't the biggest fan of the AJ match, but AJ, Cody, and Dom. Dom at the Garden, not Dom in Petco Park.
I've heard Triple H and Nick Khan say things or say a similar thing that I'm not used to hearing. I'm always hearing people want to do better than the last time. They want to go out there and do better than the last time they performed. Triple H and Nick Khan are content knowing not every show is going to be better than the last one. They
They
feel
already
this.
got the bag. They ain't sweating this.
Yeah, and that's,
They got Netflix for a few years. Saudi's about to unload who knows how much godly amount of money for WrestleMania next year on top of other shows. Netflix is getting SmackDown in the next year or so. They ain't worried about nothing until they say, "Hey, we're not interested in you anymore." They're not gonna give a shit.
yeah, I mean, that's
And think about it.
tough game.
And think about look at Roman, Rhea, Becky, and Cody. Why do I bring them up right now? They're all going to Hollywood in the next 5 years, maybe even sooner.
And which is again, like you said, the we was reviewing it like we was coming back like it was Avengers, and then the
Overnight.
switch up
Literally
overnight,
overnight.
and then it had us ranting. It's like we want change to the point that now, honestly, I'm gonna just start to accept what it is because they've
And
squandered some of the
I can't
best
do
things.
that. I can't accept it because that's me enabling the problem.
It is, but
I mean, am I still going to be a fan? Yes. Is it going to be maybe on a more casual note? Possibly. I don't know. We'll see what 2026 holds. But like I told you, probably the last time we were live, they're playing a very dangerous game. And what do you know? I called another one.
once it's sold, once WWE sold and out the hands of Vince,
Hey, remember the fickle fans wanted him gone.
because now it's no telling what if again, what if TKO one day decides to change WWE's name all on its own?
They did. It's called TKO now.
No, that's on the stock, but I mean like the wrestling that's presented to us. Like, what if they just say there's no more WWE?
Well, well, instead of Raw, it's SmackDown. It'll just be called WWE on Netflix.
They're gonna turn it into the UPC. Oh, brother. Instead of the Ultimate Fighting Champion, Ultimate Pro Championships.
On that note, real quick, this privately, I posed a question to you, and I want to pick your brain now that I got you face to face here. and the people, they can see we locked him right now. I want to ask you this question. Okay, it's obvious that AEW is pretty much set in their ways, right? But by that meaning the blood, the gore, all stuff, pushing the boundaries. That's kind of what they're trying to do. In their mind, they are present at ECW. Is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Okay, so they still keep the acronym AEW. However, it's just a subtle change, and I have a story for this as well to kind of back as substance. They call themselves All Extreme Wrestling, much like back in the days. Extreme Championship Wrestling was once called Eastern Championship Wrestling. Just swap that little word out. I'm just saying that may be the best business move for them.
I agree. I
Tony,
mean,
I'm trying to
listen,
make you money.
yeah, little rebranding could do it all. Like, I know I'm comparing.
And then it's
At,
saying this is where the best wrestlers just say we're here for the sickos. Boom! Tagline set, signed, sealed, delivered.
yeah,
Tony, I just saved your company. You're welcome.
I mean, even the word "the" can change how branding is, right? Like the elite, elite. Anything could just one simple word, all extreme wrestling. It
You see
already
they
got
brought
a different
they
spin
brought
on
that
it.
YouTube show back.
Yeah. No, for real. Like they could have just called it being elite. They could have just called their group elite. No, it's the elite. The elite. Like, you know what I'm saying? So the elite,
Stop
right?
that. Stop that.
It's little like nuances like that they could benefit from. And that's why I'm scared with WWE. There's no we in uncharted territories. They could wake up tomorrow and decide, and then they want a position to change their name to something else in the next 3 years.
Hear me out. Hear me out. I got an idea. What if we go back to the WWF? I don't think they're in business anymore. It may be up for grabs. I gotta look that up.
But as we wind down to the main event time, before we get there, we had Solo and the MFTs in the ring. Solo going in on Uncle Howdy.
Was this his best promo ever?
I wouldn't say best promo, but I
This
was
was good. This
yeah,
was good.
I was surprised there was effort put into it. Not gonna lie, like because one, I feel like this match could have happened last week. 5v5 traditional Survivor Series match could have happened then.
Could have been as early as SummerSlam if you think about it.
And honestly, this is where I gotta just be honest from what we've seen. Uncle Howdy versus anybody has led to like most of these stories about family, your whatever it is that Uncle Howdy spewing has led to nothing.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, no big
or or,
moment.
or I'm sure it would have felt like it if they didn't spread it apart so far. And again, we don't even know why that was the case. We could have got one video a week for say 7 8 weeks, and then a match. Okay, cool. But at least we saw something to kind of build up to it. But no,
I was even joking. Remember that whoever the Wyatts came across, like those folks kind of went down her after Gable. Like if you're talking about,
are you talking about that guys on the floor when Gable got shot in the head that we're also supposed to forget about?
yeah, like what was this group? The Final Testament got released.
Mhm.
Like they were just folks
Cross
that
got
weren't.
released,
Yeah, they were just folks not benefiting from the what was going on there. They were
and we
supposed to
never
come
got,
out these
and
feuds.
they never got off the ground because bye. What
Honestly,
what what would that look like right now?
they hold the men's tag team championships. They don't even feel like it.
So now again, real quick with the Wyatts, there's I don't know how familiar you are with old Ring of Honor, but the Righteous just debuted on TNA tonight. Uh, Two very talented guys. Vincent, I forget the other guy's name. Those two guys with Cross with Final Testament versus Vice Six, it'd have been two very similar style factions. That would have been something to look forward to, whether it be as like a gimmick style match or just anything in general. And once again, TKO, you dropped the ball.
Yeah, I'm familiar with them guys. Yeah, that would have been a nice program. May if the partnership is still intact and they still able to use them, maybe we'll see that down the line. I say this though, I think tonight was the best that Tyler Tunga looked. Fine, I don't know, like it was just something about him clearing the house that was like, okay, maybe he's gonna, maybe this weirdly enough, him versus Eric Rowan somehow, or him in this tag team match with them is gonna be like his moment.
You better
Hopefully,
get in. You better get him in the weight room with Brock Lesnar. Then
man,
something.
something. Not for real, cause
Someone beat his ass.
he needs his
We know who
moment
your
too.
daddy is. You are the son of an animal. Wake up.
And as we get to the main events, the whole purpose of tonight's SmackDown main event, the last time is now tournament finals. LA Knight versus Gunther. Is widely suspected and expected that Gunther would have won tonight's matchup. We saw exactly that. I think their exhibition in the match tonight was, it was great. LA Knight and Gunther, they put on a match. I just hate that.
Before you get to the negative, I just want to say the one positive. Let's be honest. This is a cold hard fact. Gunther was the only saving grace of this tournament. This very godforsaken snake bin tournament. Gunther was the only shining light we had. Thank God for Gunther, the ring general.
Maybe nobody gave a fuck. I mean,
Someone
like,
did. He did, apparently.
yeah, because he's gonna go fight Cena. But if everybody else knew they ain't have a fucking chance of, they like, man, like Rusev and Jay Uso, I still didn't understand that booking. Like, was
Well,
Rusev too physical to put in the ring with LA Knight or something? I didn't
let's not forget it should have been Penta in that spot.
in which spot
Which match did Penta get hurt in? Was it with Rusev?
was Solo.
Okay, I was trying. I was trying. Okay, I forgot which side. I was trying to figure out who was on which side of the bracket since we got two Raw guys in the final.
Yeah, so it would have been Gunther versus Penta then.
Yeah, at least that's what I'm hoping was the case. But we all got what we wanted with this. The obvious rightful person won. Now the question is, the hell we doing next Saturday with this match? Exactly.
Gunther wins. That's it. Gunther wins in the same fashion he did with
Was
Cena. They're
short
gonna
sweet.
have a great back. No, they're gonna. I mean, I said, we'll say with Goldberg, they're gonna have a good exhibition. Gonna have his moments where it look like Cena could actually win this thing. But if WWE's continue to play it safe, Gunther wins.
Okay, now
Because I think the hard thing to do is have Cena win his last match, and the fans feel like, damn, you really leaving us though? You won your last match, like you still got a lot left in the tank.
now what I'm about to say may go over a lot of people's heads. H, you may kind of understand it. In this match, I do not want Cena to successfully hit the AA not once. That better be the only move that he does not hit on Gunther, because that with Cena walking out with this being big match, John, for the preservation of the legacy of John Cena and the man that can't be seen, go out with the program of at least for a storyline perspective, yeah, but he didn't hit his big one on you. Something. Don't just make it like everything else. Just play the greatest hits out the door, losing effort. If Gunther is to win,
I'm trying to just digest what might happen. I feel like a few AAs are gonna happen.
that's what I'm afraid of.
Even one off the top turnbuckle, a super AA, and they
Freaking
commercial free for his match too, right? They said so. It's going.
especially if it's opening, oh yeah, that'll probably be the only. It'll be like Heyman's Hall of Fame ceremony. Once that's done, no one's gonna watch the rest of the show, which means they're gonna shit on NXT. Yeah, didn't think about that part, did you?
I mean, like I don't know. It's hard to really, again, for me, take NXT serious when these cats as in NXT. Most of the time, I see them come up. They still in this phase of we're working on him. Like he's like he a work in progress. It's like, oh, we brought him up, but he's not ready yet. So what the hell is NXT for? I don't
The only
understand it.
the only person that they didn't take to do that with was Gunther. They did it for
Yeah.
Braun, they did it for Ilya, they're doing it for Melo still. They did it for Andrade when he was called up. They they did it for Solo. Actually, Solo technically didn't even get a chance to enjoy NXT. If you think about it, he won the belt and got called up, and here's the belt.
Had to get the NXT belt back, the North
North
American
American,
shit. Yeah.
and yeah,
It's like they're in that weird, yeah, you're not a main eventer yet phase, which is okay. I understand that. But it don't feel like what you said, what they did with Gunther. He came in, became the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion. I'm not saying people got to come in and be the
666 days,
days, yeah, like
and not only that, it was featured in a marquee match on WrestleMania. Let's not that little statistic slide away.
and then if we position NXT to where it's like, yeah, they the third brand, but those are the young cats over there. Cause that's what I honestly that's my issue too with this whole last time is now tournament and oh, we're gonna highlight the newer superstar, the two superstars in this match. One is 40 and the other one is 38.
Yeah. Was Braun the only guy under 30? Or no, Braun was in the tournament. Was there anyone oh no, Javon Evans was the only under 30 in the tournament. Actually, he might be the only one under 35.
Right. Why not make like to me, I'm gonna be honest. Like Gunther don't need no bro. He could stop wrestling today and be in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
He don't need no more. He don't need this.
You
He
could
don't
have
need to
called
be
honestly, you
seen.
could have called him a Hall of Famer just off NXT alone. I'll stand by that.
Like you don't need him to do any of this what he's doing now. He already retired Goldberg. And then my other issue too. He's not actually retiring guys that are already retiring after the match.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw, these dudes are going home and anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
So to word it like you retired somebody, like like it was a stipulation in the match, like, oh, if I win, he's getting retired. No,
Yeah.
that's
The
not
same like the days of old where Undertaker's looking at Shawn Michaels saying, "You want my strength? I want your soul."
right. Like, so to me, I don't know. This whole facade of a retirement thing that we're getting duped into, and I'll be honest, if it was me booking, I'd probably let Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker, hell, even maybe Logan Paul but more so Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker because Logan Paul already lost to Cena. I would have Bronson Reed or Braun Breaker had ran through this whole tournament, and Gunther be the one they ran through last.
So with this is we had what 16 people in the tournament. Well, 15 actually, but 16 spaces. Is that about right, or do we have more?
I think that's right.
Okay, so this is what I would have done. I would have had Cena handpick 8 opponents. Now he could have handpicked or he could have picked someone that people that could have had ties to his history, i.e., a Rusev, a Ziggler, Zack Ryder, if he was healthy, a Kevin Owens, guys like a Randy, guys like that. And then you pick 8 guys from NXT. That's your bracket right there. Just the past versus the present. And then that way there's some substance and some storyline legitimacy in the tournament. You're showcasing NXT since they're going to be featured at the network event anyway. I don't know if it's a PLE or whatever. And then also you have guys that have ties to Cena, and either, could they be advancing for one last match with them? Something.
I don't know. I could be totally off with this, but this just in a weird way, this tells me that Braun Breaker is not beating CM Punk on January 5th or 6th, whatever day it is.
Why the
Because
hell wouldn't he?
this would have been the crazy momentum. What is what like okay, Gunther
Elaborate.
beat
I'm curious to know where you're going with this.
because Gunther beat Cena,
Okay.
and then what? This is happening December 13th. Gunther beat Cena, and then what? At least Braun Breaker could be in a fresh, oh, I won the War Games match, or I beat Cena and beat CM Punk for the like that could be a hell of a like run for him to the championship,
Okay.
chase to the
So
belt.
let's spin into a different lane. You ready for this one?
Hmm.
Because I think we all know Braun's beating the dog shit out of CM Punk at the Barclays in a few weeks, or at least that's what I would hope. When Gunther wins next Saturday, what if Cena just tells him, "Hey, your price for beating me, you're getting number 30 in the Rumble." So on Raw, you could have Braun just jaw jacking Gunther saying, "How can you be this big badass destroyer, this beater of everybody, and you're getting a hall pass in the Royal Rumble for me?" And Braun's just talking his shit the whole way through. That could be
Right, because
something.
it's like, look, like Dominic just beat Cena, right? And Dominic is running around talking about I'm the greatest in the world. Like if
Yeah,
he's the GOAT, I'm the GOAT. So what is Gunther gonna say?
that's what
Nothing.
I'm
He
saying.
just beat him. That's
That's what
it.
I'm saying. You got if you give him at least up the prize, let's say number 30 in the Rumble, or some stipulation
Something.
that
Yeah, I'm there with you.
yeah. But like I said, this whole Cena retirement tour this whole year. Well, again, like we said, first off, once they went to the UK that first time, they fucked everything off.
You just got men coming out for a few appearances to cut promos.
Oh, and on the subject of dates, did you see that little snippet that's circling the internet of supposedly Cena wanted to do 220 dates?
Yeah.
Imagine again, we could have got actual stuff in those extra 180 dates, 160 dates. But yeah, oh, what could have been?
Yeah, he said he wanted to do a whole actual year. I
No,
mean,
whole leg. He wanted to ride with the boys the whole year, one last time. What would that have looked like? That would have been something. Oh well, like I said, if Cena's opening the show, we'll celebrate him. For those of us that are still watching, we'll get to enjoy a solid match between Sol Ruka and Bailey, and the winner of Obafemi and Ricky versus, or the winner of Oba and Ricky will take on Cody.
and I ain't
I,
gonna lie too, the
I
way SmackDown ended. they ended like they had to get out of there before the folks threw a riot or something. Like I never seen the show end that fast.
Oh, you sensed that too? Yeah, they
Yeah,
they knew folks was not happy.
yeah, it was
They
like,
knew.
like let's just end the damn show. The Gunther was still saying stuff to the camera, and all you just see is the Paul Levesque Lee fittings and all the extra stuff come up on the credits. Like I was like,
Matter of
yeah.
fact, I was checking my phone to see where they were on time, and yeah, they did go a little early.
I was like dogs. Like, what do you got? Like, what are you doing? Let Gunther talk his stuff. Like he just won the tournament, and you just gonna rush him off the air, right? Like giving him that good old
And
Goldberg treatment.
and you know what's fucked up about all this?
What's that?
What do you bet on season 2 of Unreal they're gonna blame this on Abyss?
First episode, season 2. Abyss, get your ass here, boy.
Abyss, I love you, but, like, come on, man. You are still a cold-blooded killer. Take him out.
Yeah. You know what's up? Like you said earlier, we do it to ourselves. 'Cause at this point, I'm watching the product. I can't even hope for better. I'm not being hopeful. I'm just tuning in out of pure like habit. Like this is a habit. It's
I'm
part
here
of
so I
my
don't get
routine.
fined.
It's part of yeah, like it's part of life. Like wrestling is just part of life. Even though it's shit at some points, it's like, okay, we're gonna deal with it and move
Yeah,
on.
because again, we know that, like I said, with the minds that are in the office, with the talent on the roster that's healthy, they could very well easily turn around overnight. It's just what's stopping them is my genuine question. I get it, they got the money, but is that really the only reason why?
I
I
mean,
mean, you priced out multi-person families, so it's like or multi-children families for the most part. So for those that are sticking around, that are choosing to stick around, at least justify the price of admission. That's all I'm getting.
you gotta have a crazy man in the laboratory too. Like, for example, I go back to because I just finished watching it. Nick Khan and Logan Paul. Logan Paul mentioned that
La la
Vince
la 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 la
McMahon.
la la. I don't want no spoilers.
Oh, you didn't watch?
Oh, I got that queued up. I gotta finish Andrew Schultz on What's Your Story with Steph McMahon. Oh yeah, did you notice that she's going by Steph, not Stephanie these days?
Hmm.
I gotta finish that. Um,
So yeah, chat. Logan Paul told the podcast how Vince McMahon told him he's gonna be here for a while. So I just thought that was interesting. You know what I'm saying? Because it takes a certain type of genius to keep these people around. I don't think we'll see. Like I just thought it was interesting how Logan Paul was even part of Vince's last doings. Okay.
that's a wholesome little Easter egg for me.
Oh, you was able to still hear me?
I tuned into the very end, so I don't. I just caught the very end. I was like, okay, I was gonna just nod and agree and hope you weren't paying attention to me, just chiming back in casually. But
But
yeah,
yeah, I just know what I'm trying to say in short is that I don't think the people in charge care about the product as the previous regime.
that's how it's looking.
Both regimes
Unfortunately,
cares about money. That's obvious. But I think one cared about the product more than the other.
there's a reason why he said it's good shit, pal.
Yeah, I mean, like that's another thing. Even though there was bad shit being thrown to the wall, at least it was his organic shit being thrown to the wall.
Live by the sword, die by the sword.
You feel me? Like I'm gonna be honest. Drew McIntyre don't even got the same vibe no more without the sword. And I thought the sword was goofy at first.
You don't know what you have until it's gone, people.
Cause it did add that element of you start to question, well, is that like how sharp is that sword? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Did he
can
stab the ring a couple times with it during the pandemic?
yeah, he
But
cut
then
the
again,
rope.
but then again, Vince probably would have got his ass a real sword at the time.
Yeah.
And Vince
And
would have said, "Eh, what's the worst that could happen?
Right. But yeah, I mean, I don't know what we got to look forward to on Monday. Like I said, they kind of just got out of there. There's nothing for Cena on Monday, so maybe we get Gunther trying to do what he can to try to hype up this encounter between him and Cena on Monday. Um, I don't know. Monday looks like there's not really much to look forward to. Like what we got going on Monday?
I don't know about Monday, but I'm telling you right now, Tony's gaining some momentum fast on the other show.
Yeah, I
And
mean,
no. I got some. I don't know if you. I know you don't follow Ring of Honor, but I got some breaking news for you.
okay, I was gonna watch them earlier. I seen they had the 0 hour on at 7, but
Red Velvet has defeated Mercedes Moné to win the ROH Women's TV title.
I'm not surprised by that though. A few
Mercedes has
people,
lost the first of her 13 belts.
a few people been calling that.
Mhm.
I gotta
And
give it
and I
to Solid Monster and JD. They've been saying that'll be the smart move to go with.
that was probably the safest thing they could have done because it's like you're only her getting more belts is only going to further dilute herself. So we'll see if this is the start of greener pastures for them.
Mm.
I mean, their tournament kind of is very lackluster. I won't say it leads you one. Have you followed up with the Continental Classic yet or no?
Nah, I haven't been able to watch AEW.
There's been some okay stuff, but it's just there's just no substance there.
Mm.
You remember remember those little Rocket Sock commercials, the Rocket Sock robots, whatever.
Yeah.
Just watch that on mute for about 2 hours, and it kind of sums up Dynamite. Yeah, you got to reset the head every once in a while for the next knockout, but that's about it.
Yeah, for me personally, I feel like once I watch so much wrestling in my lifetime, like the moves, the good matches, I need the whole package. I can't
Yeah.
have I can't have just a good match and nothing surrounding it. Like the other parts not doing it justice. The camera, the lighting, the arena, the set. I need the whole everything to feel right on both sides.
Once in a while, depending on what you're trying to get across, you might get away with how the set looks, maybe, but yeah, everything else kind of has to be there. 'Cause it completes it. It's an experience.
Yeah. And like WWE saying on their side, they're selling a premium experience. So
We want to be like Coachella.
yeah, like
Well, you're charging Coachella price. I can tell you that right now. But the Coachella field, nah.
it was weird last week. It was weird on Monday when Jay and LA Knight had their match, and like LA Knight went to suplex Jay off the corner, and Jay almost slipped. And then once he gets suplexed off the top, it's like he just
Oh,
he
you mean where Jay threw that little temper tantrum?
yeah, like it's just bizarre what's going on these days. I'm not understanding. I don't know.
Yeah, and again, if it's part of the story, why? But if it's an accident, it's like you guys not getting your shit together or what? Like again, like which is it? Or but then again, maybe some folks just don't have chemistry together. Sometimes it's just oil and water. That happens too. Well, yeah, that whole match just felt uncomfortable to watch.
I don't know. I just hope that the product starts to get back to that feel. Dwayne,
I was gonna
if
say,
you
say the Will Ospreay line. Say it. You want to restore the feeling.
yeah, like, but even if it takes Dwayne to come back and like,
But for what though? That's the problem.
because he
Because
makes things exciting.
well, it makes something.
Yeah,
In
like
hindsight, does it still end up being exciting? Like again, if you were to rewatch the Travis Scott segment from Chamber last year or this year, is that still going to be exciting? You're looking at it like, we know what happened afterwards.
if it would have, yeah, that's the problem though. If it would have led to something, sure. But I would want The Rock to be more in like a position of power. Like we know you at the table with
Feel
TKO, so
like the literal authority, like Triple H and
yes,
Stephanie were in 2015.
right. That's all I would want. He don't got to come back to be in the matches or be part of the biggest story. But I would like to know that you are the final boss.
And but I think with him, like I think because the Rock and Roman thing has been pushed off for so many years, one, that's all people want to see happen. And after that happens, it's like my fear is the fan base is gonna just be done with him after that.
It's okay. They'll be back. They fickle. It's okay.
Okay, if that's the case, then why ain't Vince showed up yet?
I mean, I think that's still
I
legal
mean,
stuff.
that's an obvious one. That's a bad example. Okay, let's see what's a better
I mean,
one.
the fans they filled up an arena to see Goldberg's last match.
Why did it take Cardona so long to come back?
That's more something I feel like was touched on the Stevie Richards show. Like, remember I was telling you, like, and I'm starting to look into it. Like, guys that get over on their own, WWE kind of like, and I understand it's like a if we write in a TV show, me and you, and these characters that we had no intent of ever putting them in this position, our fans start to want to see more of them. It's gonna cause our job to be harder, even though it should be a simple. Oh well, you can just put this person into the no. You got to rewrite everything, go a whole different direct. And I think that's what happens, but it comes
Okay,
across the wrong way.
okay. So then, what about their two world champions, Cody and Punk?
They became draws in other companies.
Punk was a star long before WWE ever came in the picture
Hmm.
internationally.
Hmm.
And then same with Kevin Owens. He was looked at as a star long beforehand. AJ Styles. So yes, there's some validity to that, but again, there's people that have again, no disrespect to Cardona, but people that have been plateaued higher, been looked at as a higher echelon than Cardona that have thrived in WWE that have some have left and even come back. Like I said, like McIntyre's left to come back,
You
Punk's
know
left
what's
to come
Matt
back, Cody's
Cardona's
left to come
issue?
back.
You know what's Matt Cardona's issue? And this is
You
just
making too
me
much
looking
money.
at this is me looking at everybody that's left, went other places. They all did the same little shit. He goes to the big companies and lose. He does all the winning on the indie. He's the indie god. Sure, you lose on AEW. You lose on TNA. You go to
The paycheck
WWE
nice.
and lose.
Paycheck looking nice though, at least. That's
I,
probably how he's looking at it.
I understand that. But some of these other guys at the negotiation table probably whatever they said, however they negotiated, they were able to make themselves look strong in every outcome and get the check.
Right.
Like Drew, when he went on his run from WWE, he went, what was it, the ICW or whatever the shit it was in the England where he's from. He was cooking up over there, made it to TNA. Cody went around the
Oh,
world.
are you talking about that the Scottish promotion?
Yeah,
And again, that's where I discovered Joe Hendry, Grado, Slex, a lot of talent of in UK before it was butchered.
yeah. Oh, what was it? What Culture Pro? Oh,
They
what
they they
culture?
they, they came and went a little after that.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so in Matt Cardona's case, I feel like it was a little different. Like he'll come in and do the job, but generally, like Karrion Cross got over WWE, wasn't really fucking with it. The Street Profits, I feel like people are
Now
calling
that's
for
a weird
them.
one right there.
Yeah,
That one is a strange one in every worst aspect you could think of because again, I you can easily use the Drew McIntyre LNI argument with them. Like hands down, one of the most popular tag teams they've had in quite a long time. The fan base thinks very highly of them. They think even more highly of Montez. I understand if he's taking care of Bianca at home. I understand that part, but aside from that, it's like, how are you missing the ball on that? Especially when he did the old school WWE run where he puts on size just to make you guys happy, and he's still freakishly athletic. And I'd put his athleticism up there with Randy Orton.
Yeah, some people got more pull than others. They able to, you know, finesse
And,
around the game better.
but again, but were the Profits not looked at as Triple H guys? Like, what we doing here?
Again, I think if Triple H learned from the learning tree of Vince, Vince always had a new toy. Why is Triple H gonna be any different?
Yeah, well, at least, but Vince also knew when his shiny new toy was hurt. He knew how to make one on the fly.
Which again, this is something we spoke in private too. Like Triple H was picking up a lot of these guys prior that had identities. They were indie darlings. He didn't really
And
have to
he
do
and
much but
he just
polish
changing
them
the
up.
name. No, he just changing the name. That's all he's doing. Not even
Yeah.
polishing them.
No, I mean like help with certain people enter. Like I want to say he helped with Finn Balor's entrance.
Okay with that, but again, but like Bronson Reed got the same entrance, same gear, same look.
Yeah.
Even Finn's for the most part, it's the same look.
Oh yeah, definitely the same look. He just he just helped with the entrance part. That's all he really gonna help them with how to look at the camera the right way, the hard cam, make sure you know what I'm saying. That's all he's helped polishing. But they, like you said, they'll just change the name, but the look they're coming in the same, basically the same persona.
Yeah. And again, I at times I want to give certain spots the benefit of the doubt, but I just can't do that anymore. It's gotten to a point to where, like I said, they've literally trickled back down to how they were 2011, 2012, even
Bro,
again in 2016.
we've
I'm
seen
gonna
so
say this right
far,
now. This War Games is probably as bad as Great Balls of Fire.
we've seen all the bad PLEs. We've seen a little person portraying Cena. We've seen the mask, the El Grande Americanos, like they're playing off of a lot of shit that and a lot of bad shit that people used to come off of Vince. So it's like it's interesting to see the direction they go off of too.
And also much like in AEW, like I like these current separate powers that be, these separate leadership teams don't quite understand that just because something works in in a very niche specific audience doesn't mean it's going to work everywhere. For example, yes, the midget stuff, all that stuff that's still over in Mexico, but there's a reason why you don't really see that on TV on this side of the border.
Right. Yeah.
Or in Japan, they're still very much have heavily animated characters. You don't really see that over here for the most part, or if you do, it's mainly in the indies as some hole in the wall show. But you can't force a certain audience that's accustomed to a certain style to suddenly fall in love with this new wave because you're saying it's the dawn of a new era.
Oh man, that's what it could be too though. Programming newer viewers and hoping that the older viewers kind of just fizzle out.
Or we just
And
shut up and play ball.
yeah, and programming the newer viewers like, yo, look, this is how it is. Like, this is how it's gonna be going forward. and the ones that are older like us that used to how things are going, we're gonna look at it like, man, that's not. We don't want to roll with that, but they don't care.
Yep.
So, man, we done gave y'all a lot though. We already about to approach 2 hours, so I'm gonna let Razor, you know what I'm saying, give y'all some last words before we get up out of here.
Got some shooters.
No Japan,
Down.
no outside of WWE. Quick gem you can get them before we get out of here.
No outside what?
Outside of WWE news, some news related.
Leon Slater has defeated AJ Francis after Rich Swann turned on AJ. Frankie Kazarian pulled up to Final Resolution in a lowrider. But yeah, it's been a very tame Friday night, unfortunately. Yeah, again, like, we should have called this show the State of WWE because it's like, good lord, we know what needs to be fixed. It's very simplistic. It's just execute it. It's not that hard. Or are we just asking too much these days?
Yeah. All we asking for is good programming. Like, it shouldn't be that hard. Like, you know when something is good, it'll hit you. You wouldn't want to watch nothing else if it's good. It's really not that hard. Like, it really isn't. What Sam Roberts says, feelings, feel. We're walking away not feeling anything other than upset or pissed off because our time was wasted, and there's a problem. That problem doesn't want to be addressed because the fucking pigs are fed already.
You got people selling their house just for a WrestleMania ticket. Why?
Yeah. And it's not gonna stop when my fellow content creators, they love to make videos showing how they spent $7,000 whatever amount of dollars as if it's some flex. It is a flex, but it doesn't mean it's a good flex. It's the kind of flex where you bend down and touch your toes. That's the kind of flex it is.
You spend $7,000 to sit in a venue for anywhere from 4 to 8 hours, to where you're just watching the same thing that you just saw the night before on SmackDown before you flew out there. Oh, but we'll get Liv Morgan kicking John Cena in the nuts. Okay. What about the other 3 hours of the show?
It's not an experience. Like, I could understand if outside of the venue there were like little tents set up where, like, you know, I don't know, like they just like a tailgate party or something for the fans or something. But it's really like, nah, here, stand on this long ass line, get fucked, pay us, and watch the show and then leave.
Yeah.
I don't even know what's the point of the damn post show no more. If it like folks said, like y'all don't even want real questions no more. We want to ignore what we really chanting. That was the point of this shit.
Also, I managed to find some news that, hey, this is very near and dear to our hearts. You ready for this?
Yeah.
We have Wrestling Royalty debuting at TNA earlier at Final Resolution.
Oh.
This young man's name is Jesse Funaki.
Okay.
Yes, the son of SmackDown's legendary #1 announcer.
Nah, that's fine.
He's a small lad too.
That's fine. Well, Off the Hip community, we appreciate y'all. We love y'all. D that does it. My brother Razor. We out of here.
Yeah, we ain't talking about that Funaki news.